Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
Hey everybody, I'm Jake.
And I'm Chauntée.
And this is STEM to Stern. And today's topic at hand is Archimedes. We're going to talk about him, but Chauntée is the expert on this little story today.
It's true. So I've been told. No. I love the story of Archimedes because it's a really fun one to tell. Also, it's fun to talk about with groups of students, which is what I've done. But we're going to go back to the 3rd century in Greece, where King Hiero II is celebrating a victory in battle, and he wants to make a crown for the gods as like a thank you for the victory in battle.
Ooh.
So he weighs this gold.
Bling, bling.
Yeah, show it off. So he weighs this gold and then takes the gold to a goldsmith and was like, hey, can you make us something with this gold? And the goldsmith works on it and makes it. And then people start doing their thing with rumor mills, which was happening in the 3rd century.
Without Twitter?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Sorry, X.
Yeah, get it right. X. Yeah, before that time, before there was a chance to text each other into, the latest gossip, they started spreading around that they think that the goldsmith stole some of the gold and replaced it with silver. Hypothetically, right?
Drama.
Right. So here comes the real news. So the king reaches out to Archimedes, the smartest big brain person he knew in the area, and was like, hey, can you help me figure out whether it's true or not? Because he's really bothered by it. Not that it impacts the look of the crown or anything like that, of course, but it's more of the principle of the thing. So Archimedes is just thinking and thinking and thinking. And then one day he was like, I can't get anywhere with this. So I'm just going to get a bath, take a bath and relax, and maybe, it'll come to me. There were no bath bombs or enjoyable things at the time, unfortunately. So I think it was just like just regular water.
No bubble baths in ancient Greece.
So it wasn't as cool as what you were probably picturing now for yourself. Like, oh, a relaxing bath. No, that's not what we're talking about. Although, who knows? Maybe he had a glass of tea. But while he's in there, he notices that when he gets into the water is rising, right? And he was like, hold on a second. This is something. And that was when he created buoyancy, or discovered buoyancy. So he gets into the bath and realizes, oh my gosh, like I figured it out, how to find out the weight situation. So he immediately jumps out of the bath. And as the story goes, he yells, Eureka, I've done it. And just takes off down the street. Full-fledged, no clothes, just runs. And that was his way of hurrying to tell everybody, like, look what I did. Just, it's frowned upon nowadays to do that. So don't do that if you're really excited. Like maybe throw on a robe or something, but that is not what he did. He just went on for it. So runs on the street and tells everybody about it. And then what they did is they took the same amount of weight of gold, put it into water, and then the crown into water and compared it. And it did indeed weigh less. So we don't know what happened to the goldsmith, but pretty sure things didn't look so good for him.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, they could measure the weight of the object, but they couldn't find out the density until they found out the volume, and the displacement of the water allowed them to calculate that volume.
Perfectly summed.
I'll tell you what, we learn new things every day.
Crazy, right? We learned a couple things. One is don't cheat people who have lots of power out of money because it doesn't go well. Don't run down the street without clothes on because it is not legal.
Number 2.
And number 3 is if you don't know the density of something, take something that weighs the same as another thing, put it in water, and see the displacement of the water.
There are so many STEM facts that have popped out through history that just come about through clever observation. Indeed. Yeah, if you guys want to give your opinion on this story, tell us what you think in the comments. And also check out the show notes for additional resources.
Exactly. And go to our blog and read the story of Archimedes, because I did write a blog post about it, and it was a fun write for me, and I really spilled all the tea. So if you're interested in taking a sip of that tea, check it out.
It's an excellent read.
Indeed.
Until next time.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEMgineers.